Hey guys, welcome back to eForwards. My name is Paul, and today we're taking a look at the Wurkkos HD50 headlamp. First of all, thank you to Wurkkos for sending this along for review. They did not provide any financial compensation, nor did they have any early access or input into the outcome of this review. However, there's obviously a little bit of a disconnect when you don't buy something yourself, and I try and take that into consideration. First of all, let's jump ahead into a size comparison, and just for ease of what's on screen, I'm going to be doing the size comparison sans this head strap. Yeah, so we're going to start off with our channel staples, a 58 and 91mm Sosama knife. Then jumping more into the flashlight relevant realms, a AAA and AA. And girth comparison. And then an 18650 and the 21700 this comes included with. And let's go ahead and take a look at the actual design. So this is a 21700 tube, which unscrews from one end. It is a double spring design, so it is less likely to turn off with any kind of impact. We have two rubberized buttons that are backlit. We also have a magnet. And the magnet is only on one side, and that is the opposite side that it opens from. It is USB-C rechargeable underneath a little flappy. And up front we have a 3 set of emitters, kind of a deeper orange peel reflector for our throw. And then one is going to be a frosted red, and the other is going to be a frosted white for our flood options. As you can see, this is just held together with Torx construction. The head strap itself is a triple strap, so one goes around the side of your head. This takes the weight. This does just go on kind of elastic band style. And then this will be what is contacting your forehead. It's kind of a thick vented rubber piece. And let's jump into the brightness and runtimes of the Wurkkos HD50. As always, feel free to pause if you'd rather read through this yourself. On Spotlight, Eco is going to give us 1 lumen, and then low 50, medium 400, high 1000, and turbo 3000. These are going to give runtimes of 980 hours, 52 hours, 6, 3.75 hours, and 2 hours respectively. The flood is going to be 1 lumen eco for 980, 50 low, 52 hours, 150 on the medium for 13 hours, and then 350 on high for 6, and 1000 for 4.5 hours on turbo. The spot and flood combo is going to be 2 lumens for 680 hours, 100 lumens for 21 hours, 550 lumens for 4.5 hours, 1350 lumens for 3.25 hours, and 4000 lumens on turbo for 2.5 hours. Red light is going to come on eco at half a lumen for 1250 hours, low 8 lumens for 62.5 hours, 40 lumens on medium for 11 hours, high of 75 lumens for 6 hours, and finally a turbo of 135 lumens for 5 hours. At SOS, it does broadcast at 75 lumens. Now, the UI of the Wurkkos HD50 is split across these two buttons, correspondingly the power and the mode button. This does have mode memory, and a single press to the power button will take you on to the last memorized mode. And if we press and hold, we are going to come on in moonlight mode. See that? Now, to cycle through brightnesses, you're just going to press and hold. Pressing the mode button once will cycle you through what you are currently in. So you can see this is the combined throw and flood. That will then transition to red. Again, press and hold. Dedicated throw. You can see the beam pan, we have a nice defined spot, and then some spill outside of it. There will be beam shots for this up here. And just worth noting that because of the type of emitter, this is the throw emitter, however there is quite a lot of flood to it as well. You can see we then come to the flood, and then double press to turbo, and you can turbo each individual mode. Now to go into lockout mode, you press and hold both for 1 second until it flashes, and that flash is indicating lockout mode, and then just the same to just take it off. Let's go ahead into the pros of the Wurkkos HD50. Now, first of all, this guy is a beast. This feels like a tank, and the features are really, really up there. I mean, you have basically all of the array that you can want. I did some testing on this using it for nighttime delivery. I've had this for quite a while actually, so I was using it in the winter time, and this just absolutely lit up the entirety of my boot for finding packages. This lit up people's yards very easily to navigate without stepping in dog poop, which is unfortunately a very real hazard. I wish it wasn't. Having so many emitters and the versatility to choose between individual or combo is great. Having access to a red mode to try and preserve night vision, excellent. The runtimes and brightnesses we have here are fantastic, and I like that we do have that inclusion of a magnetic tail so that we can use it outside the headband as kind of a standalone light. In terms of using it as a standalone light, it's something that you very well can do. USB-C rechargeable makes it very convenient to keep topped up at any time. And of course, it is a Wurkkos product, and I've had no issue with Wurkkos in general. Price-wise, I think this is very well priced, including the battery. You come in at around $40, £40, which, considering everything you get, is very much worthwhile. So overall, great about the performance, build quality, and basically everything about the Wurkkos HD50. Now let's go on into the cons. First of all, quick mention, just because I can't not mention it, rubber booty. It is obviously a very easy way of waterproofing a port. However, they will eventually either decay and snap off or get caught and snap off. It's really a matter of when, not if, with these kinds of things. And the only major negative that I have about this is the weight, specifically the weight and its combination of use as a headlamp. So it does have a 3-strap arrangement, so this is going to balance better on your head than if this top strap wasn't here. But what I found was that wearing it after about 40 minutes, although it became noticeable a bit before then, after about 40 minutes on my bare forehead, it was starting to become noticeably uncomfortable. It wasn't great. Now, I will say that this is my personal experience. People's comfort levels will vary, and if you were wearing this on a helmet or on top of like a beanie hat or something, so you had a bit more padding, that would probably be a lot more comfortable. But just in general, a 21700 light with all the emitters and everything on the front of your head is pretty heavy, and regardless of that comfort of pressing against the forehead, there will inevitably be fatigue. Now, that is something that you can get into with a lot of more capable headlamps. However, that is not always necessarily the case. So I have a few headlamps and I've used them quite a lot over the years, especially with working at nighttime. And this is the type that I generally go for. This is kind of an 18350 or CR123 size light, and this doesn't have a top strap because the thing that's suspending to the front of your head is very small and very light. Now, ideally, if you're going to have something more capable, more heavy, then you would have an arrangement like this. This is the Olight Array 2, I think, 2S. And so you can see that we have the actual light module on the front, and then a cable connecting to the battery and charging on the back. And this gives you kind of a split, right? You don't have all that weight on the front of your head, you have a bit of a balance. This is much better for long-term wear, comfort, and when you're using a heavier thing. This is only an 18650 based light, however, that is much better than if you were to have it all in the front like that. So that is my main con with the HD50. It's just very, very heavy. And again, if you're using a hat or a helmet, or you just have a tougher forehead, I guess, then it may not be an issue for you, but it is something that I would say consider strongly before getting any light that is this heavy. It is going to be something that you're going to notice, especially if you're going to wear it for an extended period of time. If you're only going to use it for like short bursts and you'll be taking it on and putting it off, say if you were to work inside at night but you went outside frequently and you're not using it for any more than say like half an hour at a time, then this can be great. The runtimes, the sheer variety of modes is very compelling. But just bear in mind before you jump into this guy that it could be a little bit too much for extended wear, and in that case you might want something a little lighter that's going to mount to the front of your head like this. But that's just what I think. What do you think of the Wurkkos HD50? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you would like to pick one of these up for yourself, then there will be affiliate links down in the description. And whilst you're down there, I'd appreciate a subscribe and a like. If you would like to put more products on this channel for review, or if you'd just like to show your support, please consider a Ko-fi, Patreon, or even YouTube member subscription. That does greatly help. But I've been Paul. This has been the HD50, and I'll see you next time.